Our Shalom, Israel, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with another spiritual observation. This is in USA Today, but of course, every other news outlet about the United States making its last penny and the production stopping with pennies. Hey, this is a sign of the time. So I'll read a little bit. It says, goodbye penny. What comes next as U.S. officially ends penny production? America's last penny was struck at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, the end of a corn production that started in 1793 and ended November the 12th, which was yesterday. All right. And it says here down a little bit, President Trump ordered the Treasury to stop minting the pennies. And it says for far too long the United States has minted pennies, which literally cost us more than 2 cents. So that's the whole basis, I guess, why they're trying to do away with the production of the penny. All right, but the whole point of this epistle being first it'll be the penny, then it'll be the nickel, then it'll be the dime, etc., leading up until the eradication of this fiat currency in the introduction. Well, we've already been introduced, but to digital currency, man. And of course, we have been warning our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai what's going to facilitate that, the motb, that device that they want to or they're going to implant in people's bodies. And without that device, all right, RFID microchip, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it, which means you're not going to be having much of a life without it, so that's the big test, man. The hour of temptation is right around the corner, and these changes are major signs, man. Albeit penny, and now I'll be throwing pennies away. I ain't even gonna cap y'all, man. I know it's probably not the wisest thing to do, but the shit done with now, so I guess I was on to something. But this is kind of like a big deal. I mean, they've been making what did it say? Since 1793. That's like the end of an era, and that's what we're prophesying to our people. Like, a lot of changes is coming down the pipeline, and we're witnessing the end of an era. So them stopping this penny production, that's the end of an era. Hey, that infamous penny, who's on that guy? Which what is it, Lincoln? I don't know. One of them presidents on there. But that's infamous, man. That's the United States all the way. That infamous 1 cent penny, man. Now it's done with, man. So again, just the whole point of the epistle is that signs of the times, man. Things are changing. This is Daniel 7:25 in relation to our enemy Esau, Edom, and his counterparts. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. And he's doing that now, and we'll see him crank that up via the persecution of the saints. All right, and he shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and via that persecution we're going to be absolutely exhausted spiritually, physically, emotionally. And of course, during that time the Lord will be in such a spirit that the Lord is going to hear our cries, man. And of course that second coming will commence. It says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And also now, man, we're wore out now. Shit. Especially, what it say? Wisdom driveth a wise man mad. Or wait a minute. Was that right? Wisdom? Yeah. Knowing just how messed up the earth is, and knowing our power, coming back to our power, man, it's exhausting. Like, our people will exhaust you, the internet will exhaust you, social media will exhaust you, because we live in such a society that's just full of crap, man, to be honest. And it says, and here's the point. And think to change times and laws. And this is a time that's changing in Babylon the Great. Again, this fiat currency, the infamous penny. I don't know what they started with, but maybe it started with a penny, I'm guessing. End of an era, man. That's like a major thing. That's like a huge shift. All right. And we gotta be circumspect, and we know what's coming. Because again, first it's the penny. And as things get worse and worse, they'll just say, hey, now This 5 cent coin isn't really worth anything. Now this is costing us more money to produce it than it's actually worth. And remember back in the time of the pandemic and how they were saying, hey, we have to kind of not deal with this money, this paper money, or this coin money, because it has the disease or whatever the shit, the disease all over it. So it was kind of like, up in the air then during the pandemic, rumors of, getting rid of, cash and coins for that reason. So there's a whole plethora of reasons that they want to try to present to the people, why they want to do away with this. We know what's going on. That's why the Lord taught us to not be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And we see what's going on, this gradualism, but we're prepared for it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Awashai, because we remain on that watch, all right, and take heed to the watchman, which is ultimately the warning from Yahweh Bahashim Awashai. All right, the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So yeah, I brought this out because I got 2 more precepts, but we have to remember that everything written in this Bible essentially comes from the Lord. All right. Now the Lord chose per his will to divide his word amongst, men. Starting with his only begotten son, first and foremost, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And then, for the men that followed in the lot of that work that Yahweh Shah completed, the Lord deals with them accordingly. But the whole point, you can take it to the bank. All right, whatever's written in this Bible, whether it was spoken of a man, Yahweh Shah, whoever, it was given by inspiration. That is to say, it was given to them by a Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. So we'll go to the book of Numbers 23 and 19. Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is not a man that he shall lie. That's pretty much the point. So, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. All right. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? This great tribulation. The things that we've prophesied, the mark of the beast. All right. Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? So you could take it to the bank and cash it, pun intended, I guess. These things in which we've spoken is actually going to come to pass. And you got to remember, it's not us, our own will that we say these things. It's the will, again, remember, 2 Timothy 3 and 16. It's all given by inspiration of Yahweh Shema Shai. The things that we do, the things that we say, every word that comes out of our mouth is given to us by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So we go to the book of Romans, and knowing that, let's see, here we go. Romans 3 and 3. Romans 3 and 3. All right. So knowing that the Lord is in control of all these things, and we've been able to warn the people of these things to come. Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? And a lot of our people are still in that same docile mindset, man. Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai without effect? Absolutely not, man. Their unbelief isn't going to stop the show. It's actually just going to be a lot worse for them because they wasn't prepared, Verse 4, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai forbid, yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and we will be, because we're speaking with the spirit of truth. All right, everyone else is just talking out the side of their neck through the spirit, and might is overcome when thou art judged. And that's the whole point, man. Being the Lord has shown us the way. He has given us certain men, all right, a certain level of vision. And those men are bringing back that good report and warning our people that whole doing away with the penny, it really ain't a light thing. That's really because it seems so kind of insignificant because it's a penny. Things have gotten so expensive, but like traditions, and we talked about changing those times, that is a huge thing. And like, it's gonna be so huge when they finally do away with all the money, and just change it over to the digital currency. But this is, the precursor to that, them getting rid of that penny. Trump, whoever, they could say, oh, it's for this reason, oh, it's for that reason. We know the reason why they're doing it. All right, getting ready to facilitate this motb, man. All right, so we just got to stay circumspect, know that the Lord commanded us not to take that mark of the beast. We need to lean upon Yahweh Bahashem Mahawashai, and that starts now. You're not going to be able to perform out there if you haven't been rehearsing these things, man. You ain't never fasted. You ain't never prayed in the name Yahweh Bahashem Mahawashai. The Lord ain't never chastened you. You ain't never accepted your judgment for the things that you have done. You're not going to be able to make it. You're not going to make it. You're going to be in dire straits. You're a man. You're going to look like a female out here. You'll probably be crying. Your wife is going to be looking at you crazy. Your children are going to be looking at you crazy. And it'll just go down the line from there. And if that man can't hang, how much more a woman, and how much more the children? All right, it's going to be an absolute mess out here. And the Wadi How Bahashim Hawashai. So far, so good, fellas, man. The Lord is, hey, we rocking. Now we rolling. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Till next time, shalom.